everyone. I am Eric Paulson with Your Essential Practice. For today's Divinely Guided Rune reading, we're going over that Mars and Gemini energy, some intense and very cerebral type of energies coming up. But let's get into today's Divinely Guided Rune reading and get that figured out, shall we? Greetings, everyone. How are we feeling out there? We have the singing bowl as usual. We're going to cleanse this energetic space. And we have the $2 note in there as well, representing uncommon abundance in our lives. While I ring the singing bowl, we simultaneously give gratitude towards and invite more of that uncommon abundance back into our lives. I invite you now to take 3 deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth, focusing on the intent and the message of today's divinely guided rune reading of Gemini. Right? More Gemini energy. Mars and Gemini. Mars and Gemini. Wow. Very driven energy. Very just dualistic and just high energy. My goodness. Mars is that planet of war and action, right? Esau, we're coming from this standstill, this frozen energetic past, right? This is our wearing paths in the carpet out of worry, anxiety, maybe just repeating life lessons constantly in those long-term or even short-term energetic pattern addictions in our lives. And a lot of times we don't even need it, we don't even notice it or see it, or even want to acknowledge that it's there because you're just comfortable with that addiction, honestly. I mean, that's why it's an addiction. Neurons that fire together, wire together. So you've been repeating a lot of this. This is stuck, frozen, rigid. The ice rune, Isa, is a very feeling trapped, kind of anxiety-ridden energy to come from. So let's see where we can go from this energy for Mars and Gemini. Yeah, we're healing that divine masculine. Healing that divine masculine, right? So maybe along with that entrance into Leo recently, right? Of Venus, we're kind of recovering from that. Healing that divine masculine, right? Making sure that this soil, this seed, is there, right? That it's successfully planted. We're nurturing, we're healing that divine masculine, we're preparing and making sure that this is a repaired and healed energy moving forward. This ego, right, had you trapped in the past. This ego from your unhealed divine masculine had you going, yeah, but, no, but, and really apprehensive and resistant to change, right? So this is Ingles. This is that divine masculine rune that you're working on healing, which is very beautiful work, everybody. Right, so while we're doing that, while we're healing the ego, this is only natural that this comes up next. So this is about labels, maybe the joining of clans, right? But this Manas is the name of the rune. It's about the self, humanity, culture, circle of life, that kind of thing. Where is this history repeating? Or what label do we put on it? This is a lot of 3D labels, and I'm kind of against a lot of these 3D labels because people paint themselves into corners or they limit themselves unneedingly, right? To put a label on something and therefore end up living by that label. Well, I'm this, so that means that no, how about I am open to change? I am open to healing, to growing, to identifying parts of myself rather than my external, right? And moving forward in divinely guided ways, noticing where these patterns are, what the flags are going to be in the upcoming future if you do see them again. So this might have been some sort of energy where this was a confrontation, and this is maybe somebody was just like, okay, well, what is this? What are you doing? Why are you here? Or maybe this is with yourself, What am I doing? Why am I here? Why am I working on this? Why did I have to recover from this? What label do I put on myself? What label do I put? A lot of this is just not needed, right? Where we have to put those forced, like, other than labels, right? Instead of other than, why don't you join those clan flags together to make one clan flag and celebrate your joy? Make it Wunjo, right? Make it the Rune Wunjo, where it's just this, right? It's just this: joy, pleasure, bliss, harmony, all the energies that are allowed. But no, you're getting in your own mental way here again, right after this divine healing work. Okay, so this is still going to be one of those things where this is a constant learning thing, y'all. This is a constant healing process. Nobody is ever fully healed out of this. If they are, they must be made out of a rainbow. All right, and they're an ascended master. Okay, so this is the position of the action taken for the best outcome. So yeah, heal those emotions. Wow, we're healing a lot here, everyone. Divine masculine, divine feminine. Okay, Lagos is the sea, lake, flow, water, dowsing with water, intuition work, right? Fine-tuning the intuition. Oh, I see. The unhealed divine feminine. Yeah, so you're going back to this divine masculine from a couple rune readings ago because of that unhealed divine feminine, and you're starting to look at this as the first step for you right now, looking for that label, but really noticing that it's those emotions in the divine feminine that needs to be healed in you at this point, moving forward. Right now, yeah, you're working on that divine masculine. Still great, still beautiful energy, y'all. All right, so in the future here, your action taken for the best outcome is to actually associate more with water, go in those deep dive conversations, right? Unfreeze the water in your charts. So what I mean by that is find out where the water in your astrological chart is, what elements those are. Okay, those are signs of Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. So look for those three on your chart. Find out what aspects of that you are having issues dealing with, and definitely go within and unfreeze that water in your chart. Unfreeze it, right? Moving forward. Also, spending time near water, very psychologically, emotionally, spiritually healing. Even viewing a body of water for about 20 minutes can really have a significant psychological impact in a very positive way to your life. So if you can't get in the water, or if you can't be the water, then view the water, get into your divine feminine, your emotional balances, and the intuitive healing work, right? This intuition, it might have actually been a masked ego that led you to that in the past. That's why you probably didn't think it was the feminine to begin with, and you thought it was maybe the masculine, right? It's this emotion. So the ego likes to disguise itself many ways and present itself as a helping hand in many aspects, when it really, well, it's still a useful device or aspect of self. However, not to be leaned on that heavily. Okay. Your thoughts, feelings, and emotions are on your faith, right? How much of faith do I put into this? How much faith am I putting into myself, my intuition, my healing work? Algis is the elk rune. This is divine protection, defense, right? Your thoughts, feelings, and emotions. Are you on the defensive, right? Are you feeling like pressured maybe to put a label on it? If so, go within for that divine feminine healing. I really doubt any label is needed at this point, but Algis is that George Michael rune, the rune of faith. Gotta have faith, faith, faith. Yeah, right? Okay. That elk planting its hoof, right, in the tundra, just so magical, majestic, divinely protected. Those antlers connecting, receiving that divine guidance, receiving that beautiful energy moving forward and just knowing it's divinely guided. And so too are you trying to embody this in a way of faith, in a way of throwing yourself into this beautiful emotional healing aspect. Now, what this could be with your career or with a significant other or with yourself or with your spiritual practices is really this change or lack, I'm going to say lack of progress. Yeah, lack of progress from the past, maybe planting new seeds and moving forward, healing your emotions, maybe just moving on. Maybe you're still healing from this frozen Esau from back in the past. Mars, the planet of action, is on your side. Gemini, the beautiful twins of the zodiac, are on your side through this, right? The Gemini aspect really helps you see both sides of the situation, right? And moving forward, that Mars energy, that powerful energy, not to get too wrapped up in this, but really remain in your emotional balance. Moving forward with this Gemini and Mars energy, right? Have faith that the plans, the actions that you have in place are there for your benefit, because they are. What you risk losing here is your foundation. Yeah, when you don't move forward with that divinely guided faith, if you're stuck on these labels, right? You're not healing emotionally. Yeah, that foundation, your legacy is just going to disintegrate, right? And this is closely tied with that successfully planted seed from now, right? And this is what you risk losing, is that successfully planted seed, more or less. All right, so Othala is this rune's name. It is indicative of what we have to leave behind, our teachings, like spiritual practices, habits, points of view, paradigms, right? Big words, big actions, big thoughts, big think stuff, right? What we build off of, right? What are we going to leave behind for future us's to build off of, right? You risk losing that with this. If you don't get in there, heal this divine feminine, really, and move forward in this beautiful faith that you have. I think that I do see you moving forward with this. And I do see you in very beautiful, in your faith and in this beautiful partnership. I think this is what this is going to end up being here for you. Let's get a rune of clarity here before I go ahead and start predicting the endings here. Yeah, Theresas. So you're going from stuck, frozen, rigid, and you're shattering that ice. This is Thor's hammer or a giant or a thorn, whichever. All right. So this giant hill or this thorn in your side needs to be pulled all the way out thoroughly, right? The hill needs to be thoroughly summited. Otherwise, you're just going to waste all your resources, time, and energy climbing the hill just to do what? Sink back down. Repeat life lessons. Got to get over that hill to continue on your path. Right, Thor's hammer. Build, destroy. I also like to argue it can protect, but build and destroy, right? So you are shattering this ice, I believe. This is thorough action. If you think of the lightning strike from Thor's hammer from Mjolnir, right? That's that. It always hits its mark, and it's super fast, and it's very thorough, and it's right there. You're going from this hesitation to being fully present, fully aware. This is beautiful, y'all. I really don't think you risk losing this much unless you're not healing your intuition and your divine feminine, right? This Theresas is going to be, this is momentum picking up for you. The planted seed, healing the masculine, the nurturing of it, the healing, the watering of it, right? The emotional watering of ourselves, right? Moving forward in faith and just soaring like a rocket at the end here. So whatever this is, building or destroying, I think you are building. If you are destroying, then, you're destroying that ice, I think. Are you destroying your foundation? Or are you building that foundation more? Or are you using this Isa for a building experience, right? Yeah. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't, y'all. This is really great because I see this as stagnancy, maybe lethargic, maybe not moving as forward as well as you would like it to. But I think when we're back here with our healthy ego and we have that divine communication, we say, hey, look, to this other energetic source in our lives, we say, hey, look, this is where I'm at, this is where you're at, but we need to get here and heal this together, right? And then we need to have faith in us and healing our emotions together. And so we can build off of this legacy and just take off and create together. This is great, whether this is a house, spouse, or career. It is not said. I really do think this is probably a relationship or your relationship with self. So this is either, I believe, a romantic kind of aspect of self or a deeply personal inner self, like your moon sign, right? The aspect of self that usually remains hidden, right? So, all right, beautiful stuff. Let's get into the cards for clarity. These are the Soul's Journey Oracle deck, and these cards are messages straight from Source, straight from Spirit, directly to your soul. So Divine, please show us clearly, what message of clarity do you have for us today for this divinely guided rune reading of Mars and Gemini? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Growth. Yeah, what do you got? You got that heal. I think you're gonna do good with this. This is right across from your successfully planted seed, and you're going to be building, right? Just please have patience right now. Growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. Look at that beautiful yellow color around too, more of that abundance, right? So abundance and growth. Let's read about growth. All right. Again, it says, I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. You are constantly being presented with situations that enable you to develop your inner wisdom and assist you in advancing to higher levels of understanding. The lesson is to be aware of these events and recognize them for what they are. To live a mindful life is only about respecting and honoring those around you. It is also about recognizing every person and circumstance on your path as a teacher. We all have something to learn from one another, don't we? The constant chatter and diversions of life on Earth can distract you from the signposts that Spirit has left on your path. Yeah. Take time to be aware of the bountiful wisdom that has been laid before you. Acknowledge these gifts and take them to heart as you continue your sojourn in this physical dimension. Do not look for the opportunities that you think you need. Instead, be receptive of the opportunities that are given, and your growth will be guaranteed. So whatever this opportunity is coming across your path here, or that you've been considering, that you've been just hitting that pause button and thinking about, right? It's divinely guided, y'all. If you're looking for a yes or no answer, yes. All right. Pertho, the Gambor's Cup, has been in the runes here a lot recently. I really think this is carrying out the action after the gamble, right? Carrying out the action after the gamble, right? So let it grow. Let it grow. Let it grow. Yeah, right? All right, let's get a message from the fairies. Fairies are divinely guided beings who love to assist us in our journeys. So fairies, please show us clearly, what message of clarity do you have for us today for this divinely guided rune reading? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Children. I love kids. All right. Your connection with children is a part of your life's purpose, right? So working with kids, right? Volunteering. I volunteer a lot. So when I say I love children, I volunteer a lot. I'm a grandfather, y'all. So yeah, I have children in my life all the time, and they're just awesome. They're very humbling, right? Kids say the darndest things, right? Children, beautiful stuff here, y'all. Let's read about what this message is for you today. Your connection with children is part of your life's purpose, is what the card says. The fairies love and trust children because of their pure faith and guileless motives. This card comes to you as a sign of your connection to them. As you read the additional meanings behind this card, notice which message clicks as your truth. Pay attention to signs and intuitive feelings related to the topic of children, right? For the universe is trying to get the message to you. Additional meanings for the card are your life purpose involves working with children. Yeah, do it. Awesome. Or the energy of pregnancy surrounds you. Awesome. Congratulations if that's you. Or a child in heaven is sending messages of love. Or you have a connection to indigo, crystal, and or rainbow children. And finally, let your inner child play. Yeah, why so serious? Let your inner child play. Let it grow. Be receptive of, children don't try to force the outcome nearly as adults do. When we try to force that outcome, we stagnate and hinder and possibly block this growth. When we are receiving the kingdom of heaven as a child would, right? These beautiful loving energies as if a child would, with that awe and splendor, the guileless motives, right? The openness, the receptivity, okay, this is what we're doing now. This is really great work, y'all. I mean, I'm just saying I'm sorry, I think my video got a little cut off there. I'm trying to pick up with a technical difficulty. So to reiterate, when we're receiving the kingdom with the wonder and awe and that energy of a child, right? Where it's less to think about, right? Less adulting, right? Where it's all figured out for us. Well, why aren't we doing that, right? Because somewhere along the way, we thought we could control everything. But when we release the need to control and we're accepting of it, then that growth will happen, right? So maybe embodying that childlike nature in your life is also a beautiful message here for you. All right, let's get a chakra token here for our additional meditative practices. We always do a chakra token at the end of the rune reading to work on this beautiful energy, right? So we're back over to the third eye chakra. This is 852 hertz, right? So the third eye chakra is located between the eyebrows and is connected to the intuitive ability, consciousness, wisdom, all of that. Signs of a blocked third eye chakra are lack of a direction, confusion, and doubt. Yeah, healing that divine feminine, y'all. Be divinely guided, right? This is intuition healing work at its core. Right here, 852 hertz. Hope you've been working on those other chakras here to balance those out so you can work on this chakra moving forward, right? So when we're having that good foundation to build off of, we have to also think of our chakra system the same way, where we can't just tune in without a foundation, right? We need that support structure there to be able to put the antenna on top of the tower to receive that message from divine. This is our intuition healing work, y'all. All right. So, signs of a blocked third eye chakra are lack of direction, confusion, and doubt, right? When you listen to the solfeggio frequency of 852 hertz, that's 852, you will work toward becoming more intuitive, open, and imaginative. You will only be ready to work on your third eye chakra, again, as a reminder, when the first 5 chakras have been unblocked. The third eye chakra mudra is really easy. It's a one-hander. And we're going like this. See, we're folding in that ring finger, right? This is kind of a hard one for some people to do. What I like to do is kind of tuck it in and just let the resistance work on holding that finger there, right? Because this is the next part. We're with the fingertips there, the middle finger, the index finger, and the thumb, and we're touching it to our third eye. Repeating the mantra, Aum, A-U-M, or Om, if you like. Aum is the mantra. however, 852 hertz solfeggio frequency, those beautiful indigo vibes, the purple, violet, indigo flame, right? That Reiki flame, let it heal your energies, right? Beautiful emotional healing work, spending time near water, moving forward with faith, right? Right? Don't get hung up on all these details. Stop trying to control what's happening and just let it happen. All right? Shatter this ice, heal those emotions, because this is a lot of building and creativity that you get to celebrate moving forward. What a great rune reading, everyone. I've been Eric Paulson with Your Essential Practice. If you would like a divinely guided rune reading from me out to you, please message me at youressentialpractice@gmail.com or at youressentialpractice.com. All right, so that mudra and mantra again. The mantra is Aum, A-U-M. The solfeggio frequency is 852 hertz for the third eye chakra. And this is the mudra, again, touching it to our third eye. 852 hertz solfeggio frequency playing while we were reciting Aum. Yeah, beautiful stuff. Beautiful third eye, intuitive healing work, y'all. You got this. I have faith in you. Namaste. Have a blessed and abundant day.